Water, carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, and sulfur all move through the environment in cycles called biogeochemical cycles. The first cycle is the water cycle. The water that is in the atmosphere exists in a gas state. As the water changes from a gas state to a liquid, it becomes dense enough to fall to the earth due to the force of gravity. This is a process called precipitation. The precipitation becomes groundwater if it travels below Earth's surface, or if it travels across the surface, it's known as runoff. Water is then returned to the atmosphere through evaporation and transpiration. Lakes and oceans are water reservoirs. A reservoir is a place where a large quantity of a nutrient sits for a long period of time. The next cycle is the carbon cycle. The two main events in the carbon cycle are respiration and photosynthesis. During respiration, an organism breathes in oxygen and gives off carbon dioxide. During photosynthesis, a plant takes in carbon dioxide along with water and energy to produce carbohydrates. Carbon is also released into the atmosphere when an organism dies and their body is decomposed, when fossil fuels are burned, and also through volcanic eruptions. Carbon reservoirs include Earth's oceans, rocks, and fossil fuels. The next cycle is the nitrogen cycle. Nitrogen is the most abundant element in the Earth's atmosphere. The first step in the nitrogen cycle is nitrogen fixation. This is a process where organisms convert nitrogen gas molecules directly into ammonia, mainly by the actions of certain soil bacteria. The next step is nitrification, which converts ammonium into nitrate. The next step is assimilation, in which producers take up ammonium or nitrate ions through their roots, and consumers assimilate nitrogen by eating the producers. In ammonification, decomposers in the soil and water break down biological nitrogen compounds into ammonium. Last is denitrification, where specialized bacteria convert nitrate into nitrous oxide and then eventually into nitrogen gas, which can then rise up into the atmosphere. Phosphorus is a major component of nucleic acids and other biological molecules. Through chemical weathering, phosphorus is released, usually in the form of phosphate, from the soil, rock, and sediments it's found in. Humans mine phosphorus-rich rocks to produce fertilizers, and the fertilizers can get into the groundwater, which can then cause eutrophication. Eutrophication depletes the water of oxygen because it causes an abundance of nutrients in the water. The last cycle is the sulfur cycle. Plants obtain sulfur by taking it up when it's dissolved in water, and animals obtain it by consuming the plants. Some sulfur can be found in the atmosphere, but most is found in rocks, salts, or buried in the oceanic sediments. Sulfur can enter the atmosphere by natural ways, including volcanic eruptions, bacterial functions, and the decay of dead organisms. Also, human activity causes sulfur to be put in the atmosphere, such as industrial processes.